Hey guys, welcome back to Edge Weekend. We are super excited to start bringing you guys more video content. And this week, to introduce what we're going to do this week, I'm going to have Justin share with us.
Yeah, thanks, Tori. So, hey, I'm thinking about all the self-quarantine stuff that we're all going through, but I'm thinking it from a dad's perspective. And so what I thought would be really cool is if I could bring a whole bunch of dads in here and we can deliver our top-notch dad jokes to you this weekend. So here you go. You're welcome.
My friend keeps telling me, hey man, cheer up. It could be worse. You could be stuck underground in a hole full of water. I know he means well.
If two vegans get in a fight, is it still considered a beef?
Remember, kids, never criticize anyone until you've walked a mile in their shoes. That way, when you do criticize them, you'll be a mile away, and you'll have their shoes.
To whoever stole my copy of Microsoft Office, I will find you. You have my word.
What did the ranch say when someone opened the refrigerator door? Close the door, I'm dressing.
My friend said to me, what rhymes with orange? And I said, no, it doesn't.
Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field.
What do sprinters eat before a race? Nothing. They fast.
What's a pirate's favorite letter? So you think it's R, but it be the C.
I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
If I had 6 oranges in one hand and 7 oranges in the other, what would I have? Enormous hands.
Hey guys, isn't that fun? Let's go ahead and stand. Let's give our hearts and our minds to God right now as we worship Him. Arise, for the light has come. Our hearts bow down to the risen Son, the risen Son. Arise, raise your hand and sing to the one God, to the one God. You are the matchless King who tore down the gates of the enemy. Make a way for Christ and sing. Let your kingdom come, let your kingdom come. Arise, for the battle's won. Our hearts bow to the risen Son, the risen Son. Arise, raise your hands and sing to the one God, to the one God. You are the matchless King who tore down the gates of the enemy. Make a way, Christ and sing. Let your kingdom come. You are the matchless King who tore down the gates of the enemy. Make a way, Christ and sing. Let your kingdom come. Come let the light shine in. 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 We'll let your light shine in. We'll let your light shine in. We'll let your light shine in. We'll let let your light shine in. You are the matchless King who tore down the gates of the enemy. Make a way for Christ and sing. Let your kingdom come. You are the matchless King who tore down the gates of the enemy. Make a way, Christ and sing. Let your kingdom come. Oh, let your kingdom come. Oh, let your kingdom come. Let your kingdom come. How has the sinner been forgiven? How has the rebel been made clean? Or blinded eyes been to see? How has the orphans been adopted? Who hated your love and ran from grace, despised and rejected all your ways? How wonderful the Father's love for us. He would send His only Son to come and rescue us. And He has saved us, called us blameless, guides us now and will sustain us. Oh, how wonderful the Father's love. Your mercy floods our lives with kindness. Your grace has colored all we see, and you have promised not to leave. You freely give your Spirit to us. We can be sure we're sons of God and rest in the hope of what's to come. How wonderful the Father's love for us. He would send His only Son to come and rescue us. He has saved us, called us blameless, guides us now and will sustain us. Oh, how wonderful the Father's love. Sufferings may fill our lives, we're confident we're heirs with Christ. And so we cry, Abba Father. For sufferings may fill our lives, we're confident we're heirs with Christ. And so we cry, Abba Father. How wonderful the Father's love for us. He would send His only Son, come and rescue us. How wonderful the Father's love for us. Now He would send His only Son, come and rescue us. And He has saved us, called us blameless, guides us now and will sustain us. Oh, how wonderful the Father's love.
Well, hey guys, welcome back to the Edge Online, a weekly video series made especially for you, where we help you know the God of the Bible and to love Him more. And today, we're going to keep going in our series on what it looks like to live the Christian life. If you think back the last few weeks, we've gone over friendship, fellowship, the Bible, and now this week, I want to talk to you guys about prayer and why prayer is such an important part of the Christian life. Well, to start, let's talk about what prayer means. What does it actually mean? What's the definition? Well, Pastor Mike in the Partners Training Manual has a really good definition. He calls prayer communicating or sharing our thoughts with God. And that could be in your mind as you pray by yourself, or in a group when you're praying with others or your family out loud. And so that's what prayer is. Very simply, prayer is sharing your thoughts with God. And why is prayer so important? That's something I want to talk about and explore today. And I think to get started, what we need to do is we need to put on our theologian hats. Now, theologian, you guys might know that word, you might not. If you don't know the word, it's very simple. Break it down into two parts. Theologian, theo and logian. So theo is God, logian is study. So really it's just God study. So being a theologian is a God studier. We're going to look at who God is, and that will help us understand prayer better. So right now, let's put on our theologian hats and let's do a little God studying. So first of all, I want you guys to think back to who God is. Who is God in the first place? Well, we know from the Bible, God is the greatest being in the universe. He created everything we see, and He's outside of His creation. So He's outside of it. He created all of it, and He has always been, and He always will be. And we call that being an infinite God. He's infinite, meaning He has no beginning and no end. And He is, we talk about Him being all-powerful. So He's able to do everything he does in the world as God. And the other thing to think about is that God, He is, when He's powerful, the ability to do anything in the world, you think about all the molecules in the universe, God is in control of all of it. There's nothing outside of His authority or His control. And so we know He is very powerful and in control. But on the other side, there's another truth about God that I think is really important to understand for prayer, and that's that God is very personal as well. He's a personal God. We see this right in the beginning in Genesis, where God, the greatest being in the universe, has just finished creating the whole world. And then we see, it describes it in Genesis, God is actually walking in the garden with Adam, and He's talking to Adam. And so we get this cool little picture of how God interacts with Adam in the beginning. He intended to have a personal relationship, just like we have with each other as humans. God desired to have that with humans as well. And so we know He's a personal God. In fact, I want us to look at a passage in the New Testament, in Matthew, that kind of highlights this, that God is personal. So look with me, look at the verse here, Matthew 10, 29 through 31. It says here, "Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? And not one of them will fall to the ground apart from your Father." And that means, right here, will fall to the ground apart from your Father. That means these sparrows, as they fall and they die naturally, we see that happen all the time, God knows that. He's aware of that. He knows that they've died. And so He is in touch with His creation in a way that's just amazing and very detailed. And then it says here in verse 30, "But even the hairs of your head are all numbered." Wow, that's incredible. So the Bible, Jesus is telling us that the hairs of our heads are numbered. God is that closely involved with us that He knows how many hairs on our head we have. And so it says, "Fear not, therefore, you are of more value than many sparrows." And so Jesus is just pointing out, God really cares about us. He cares about all the details of our lives. They're important, they are valuable, and He cares. Your Heavenly Father cares. And so those two truths we've just covered here, that God is an infinite God, unlimited, He's powerful, He's in control, He has authority, and then the truth that He is a personal God. He loves us and knows us and cares about us. Those two truths are why prayer is so important for a Christian. Do you guys see how those two connect? As Christians, when we become Christians, we now have the opportunity to pray, that is, have a personal connection, a conversation with the infinite, powerful God that we serve. That's incredible, you guys. God did not have to make it that way. God could have made everything and then stepped away and let us kind of do what we do. But no, instead, God wanted to have a personal relationship with each one of us. And that's the amazing thing about prayer I want you guys to be aware of. This is so cool that the powerful God of the universe who controls every molecule wants to have a personal relationship with you. And so let's keep going. Let's keep looking at this. I want us to look closely at what it looks like, what it is to have that relationship and for God to know us personally. So let's switch over to Matthew chapter 7, verses 7 through 11. So we're going to look at what it looks like to pray as a Christian. So take a look at this verse with me right now. Matthew 7, verses 7 through 11. It says, "Ask, and it will be given to you." That's in prayer, right? So if we're asking God, that's prayer. And so here we go. "Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be opened to you." And this verse 7, is really saying God, when we seek him out and we communicate with him, God is there. He is available for us. And then verse 8 says, "For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks it will be opened." And then Jesus describes here the way he characterizes the connection we have with God. So here in verse 9, we're going to start here. "Or which one of you, if his son asks him for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will give him a serpent?" So what Jesus is saying here is, imagine he's talking to the Israelites at this time, the Jewish people in Jerusalem, and he's saying, guys, if your son comes to you and asks you for something good like bread, like food, or a snack or something, are you going to give him a stone? He'll be like, "Here, son, here's a stone. Go ahead and eat that stone." No, of course not. That's not what you do as a dad. It says you would give your son a snack, some food, some real food. So verse 11 says, we'll pick it up, "If you then, who are evil," that is, we're sinners, we're broken people, humans are broken and sinful, "but if we, sinful people, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father who is in heaven give good things to those who ask him?" Now, this is so cool, you guys. This is Jesus making it very clear that God, he's describing God like a father. So if fathers, we see human fathers who have sin and make mistakes and are fallen people, if they give good gifts to their kids, like your parents have given you guys good gifts, I'm sure, in your lives, just like that, how much more would a great, infinite, powerful, loving God, God the Father, give us good things when we ask him? And so Jesus is making it really clear, guys, we're supposed to go to God and ask him for things, talk to him, share with him what's going on in our lives. And that is an amazing reality of the Christian life. We have the opportunity to, whenever we want, stop and share our thoughts with God. That is so cool and such an amazing experience if we just take the time to do that. And you guys can do it anytime, anywhere you want, any place. You guys can stop and share your thoughts with God. If you're excited about something that's happened in your life, share that with God. Share it with him. He wants to hear from you. Or if you need something and you'd really like to get something in your life or get to do something, go on a trip or experience something fun, ask him. Just ask your Heavenly Father because he cares for you and he wants to hear from you. Now, we know God shapes us all the time in the Christian life. He changes us into who he wants us to be, and we talked about that last week when we talked about the Bible, how it trains us for godliness. And so in prayer, God sometimes says yes, sometimes says no, and it's always under the knowledge that God is always shaping us into the people He wants us to be. So sometimes, just like your parents say no when something isn't good for you, sometimes God says no to us too, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't keep asking. You think about David in the Psalms, he's always asking God for things, and sometimes God gives it, and then sometimes God doesn't. But we trust that God is a good God, and so He has our best interest in mind. And so we can be confident to just ask God what we're thinking and what we're feeling and to talk to Him, and He's going to take care of us. All right? And let me leave you with this. Just thinking about this, what is this kind of like? Well, I was kind of trying to think that through, and I thought of our dog. So Bianca, my wife, and I, we have a dog, a big fluffy dog named Moose. And now Moose, when we got Moose, we live in an apartment, and so we have to take him outside. We can't just open the slider and let him into the backyard. We don't have a backyard. So we got to actually take him downstairs to go use the restroom. Now, Moose, we needed to know when Moose had to use the restroom. So we hung bells by the door, and so anytime he has to go to the bathroom, we trained him to go ahead and ring the bells. And here's the thing, he is so confident that we're going to let him out when he rings the bells. He'll ring the bells no matter what's going on in the apartment. Even if I just have woken up, I haven't even had coffee yet, I'm still wiped out, I'm wiping sleep out of my eyes. He's ringing those bells because he's got to go, and he knows I'm going to take him. He's super confident that I'm going to do it, and he's not afraid to ask at all. It doesn't matter what time of day, when he rings those bells, I'm going to respond. And so, kind of thinking that through, just like Moose is very confident when he asks us to go to the restroom, I think we need to have a similar kind of just a way of going to God when we think of it. When you think of something, talk to God about it. If you need something, talk to Him. He's your Heavenly Father, and He wants to hear from you. So that's all I've got today for prayer. Thank you guys for spending the time with me, and I look forward to talking to you guys again soon.